Well, good morning and thanks for choosing Fox 10 News on this Sunday morning. I'm Toy Thornton. Asha Staples has this morning off. All right, we're taking a look at the beautiful weather outside today. Our meteorologist, Jennifer Lambers, she's with us from home. Jennifer, tell us what we're looking at today.
Yeah, Toy, so we are looking at a beautiful day today. Luckily, your Sunday is really looking up and is looking like a great forecast. So let's go ahead and take a look at what our radar is looking like right now, though, because we will continue to see something occur later on this afternoon. But right now we're looking dry. We're seeing some light cloud cover starting to push in, and it really is looking like a good morning to start off in case you are going to head to any of those outdoor church services. It's going to continue to stay dry, so it really is looking like a great morning to head out the door. Temperatures right now starting on the mild side. Mobile at 74 degrees, Pascagoula along with Pensacola at 76, and then Dauphin Island at 80 degrees, but check out Evergreen 70 degrees. So we're almost out of the 60s in some spots, and then we're seeing those lower 70s. But once we get further along into our day, we're going to quickly warm up out there. We're going to look at daytime highs once again, upper 80s, a lot of 90s expected across the area. So in case you are spending any time outdoors, make sure you're taking breaks and also drinking plenty of water, just because we are continuing to see this heat and also low humidity, so it's going to be a drier heat out there as well. But checking out our full headlines, we're going to continue to stay hot even throughout the rest of the week. We're looking at those afternoon rain chances once again, including for your Sunday. But how's your work week forecast looking? I'll have all of that laid out coming up in my full Futurecast and my 7-day outlook. Toy.
Still breaking this morning as protesters take to the streets for a third straight weekend since the death of George Floyd. An officer-involved shooting in Atlanta is sparking more questions about police accountability. Karen Kafa reports.
Another weekend of demonstrations nationwide.
There's police officers still doing police brutality, even though the laws have changed.
And in Atlanta, reaction to a fatal officer-involved shooting of a 27-year-old black man.
I thought Atlanta was higher than that. I thought it was bigger than that.
Viewers may find the video that follows disturbing. An eyewitness video starts during a struggle between Rayshard Brooks and two Atlanta police officers in a fast food parking lot after Brooks failed a sobriety test. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation says this surveillance video appears to show Brooks running off with an officer's taser and turning it toward the pair before being shot.
It appears to the eye that he points the taser at the Atlanta officer. At that point, the Atlanta officer reaches down and retrieves his weapon.
Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms said the officer should be fired.
I do not believe that this was a justified use of deadly force and have called for the immediate termination of the officer.
She also said the city's police chief, Erica Shields, will step aside. The Georgia investigation begins as protests against police brutality and racial injustice continue, sparked by the death of George Floyd in Minneapolis police custody.
We are humans too. Our lives are as valuable as everybody else's.
Saturday marked the 19th straight day of protests in the U.S. In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
The officer involved in the shooting of the 27-year-old is now out of a job. The other officer involved is now on administrative duty. And now to a follow-up. A man is back behind bars in Mississippi this morning after investigators say he shot and killed a Simpson County deputy. 22-year-old Joaquin Blackwell is accused of gunning down 77-year-old veteran deputy James Blair. Now, multiple law enforcement agencies joined a manhunt that lasted hours. Blackwell was found hiding in a wooded area not far from the scene with his shackles removed. Investigators say somehow Blackwell got a hold of a gun during transport from a mental health evaluation and overpowered the deputy before fatally shooting him. No word yet on a motive. And back home, new information coming into our newsroom overnight about a shooting in Mobile last night. We're told multiple people fired gunshots at a block party in the 1200 block of Brussels Street, striking 3 people, a window of a church, and a car windshield. Now, all 3 victims are recovering from minor injuries. We're told there were at least 300 people in attendance at the block party. Now, this is a developing story, and we will certainly bring you updates as soon as we get them. Mobile police investigating after they say a man shot at a car with a mother, her child, and a friend inside. Police say the child's father showed up unexpectedly at Berkshire Arms Apartments last night. He then got into an argument, then pulled out a gun and started shooting. Nobody was hurt, but 2 unoccupied vehicles were hit by gunfire, according to police. If you have any info on the shooting, call MPD. And on the anniversary of his death, family, friends, and advocates gathered to remember and call for police reform in honor of Michael Moore, a 19-year-old killed by a Mobile police officer back in 2016 during a traffic stop in Tolmanville. Now, just feet from where Moore was shot by Officer Harold Hurst, who has since resigned, demonstrators gathered calling for change in Moore's name. On June 13, 2016, police say Moore was driving a stolen car when he was stopped by Hurst, who asked Moore to get out of the vehicle. Hurst, who was cleared by a grand jury and the Department of Justice, claimed he shot Moore when Moore tried reaching for a gun in his waistband, striking him 3 times. Witnesses claim Moore never reached for his waistband or resisted arrest. The gun was not recovered at the scene, but was later found by medical staff at the hospital.
This man's mom is still going to court 4 years later. And if you're not outraged by that, you're not human.
Moore's family and advocates hope by gathering yesterday and putting pressure on local leaders, Moore's story will not be lost and the justice they seek will be served.